it was a moment because
Yeah.
the song talks about.
What does it talk about? What does it talk about, Jesse? What does it talk about, Jesse?
Talks about
Hey, what up, those LP from the new hits 97.3 Miami's new #1 for all the hits where pop culture lives. And we got the incredible Jessie Reyez. What's up, girl?
I'm good.
You look nervous.
I am.
Why?
Because it's been a minute, man.
Minute since what?
Since I played FIFA.
Damn. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now, FIFA 20. I want you to know that it's not going to be an easy task to win, all right? So we're gonna go hard with it, but at the same time, we're going to go deep into what's going on with your life and about your music and all. So you ready for this?
No, but let's do it.
So, Jessie, let me ask you a question. First of all, congratulations on Crazy.
Thank you.
How do you feel about that record and where the direction of your album is going? Because right now you got no album, and JR1 is about to drop, what, next year?
Mm-hmm.
So
JR1. Yeah.
that's how you say it, right?
Yeah.
Word. So how do you feel? What is your mind state right now going into your debut album of that release? Like, what's up?
I'm hungry. I'm ready. I'm due. I feel like I've been carrying this shit around for forever, my whole life. So I just feel like I've been having a piss for the last 2 years, and I finally get to take a piss.
All right. So, Crazy.
Yeah.
One thing I realized about Crazy is that there's been something like that was recorded before, too. 1963?
Yeah, it's a cover.
Where'd you find that?
My boy who I graduated with. Oh.
Go!
My boy who I graduated with. Wow, extra.
Nazalcita. Uh-huh.
Anyways, my
Your
boy
boy?
who I graduated a remix project with. That's a youth program in Toronto.
Okay.
Before his mom passed away, it was his mom's favorite song. And
Right.
he, years ago, he was like, yo, I feel like we should record a cover. And I was like, yeah, but that was a minute ago, right?
Yeah.
And so we finally had time. We were finally both in LA together, and it was an off day. So I was like, yo, bro, why don't we do it today? And he was like, all right, cool. And then we were at the Airbnb, and we decided to do it. Oh, my God.
Tremendo pase. That's a pass right there.
And then we were at the Airbnb, and we decided to do it. Oh, yo, wow, this is crazy.
So when did you record that, though?
Earlier this year, we had an off day at the Airbnb, and I saw him
That's
extra. Oh, wow.
Oh.
I saw him at the Airbnb. We were at the Airbnb on an off day, and he was looking at his phone because his family has a tradition of going to his mom's grave.
Yeah. Okay.
And he bought a candle, so I was like, what are you doing? And he told me that it was your death anniversary, and I was like, yo, we have an off day today. Why don't we just record it in the living room? And we did it in the living room at the Airbnb.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah, man.
That's cool. That's random as hell. That's
so we just did it for kicks, and then my management heard it, and they were like, yo, Jess, you need to put this out.
Word. So you used to live in South Florida.
I used to live in South Florida, man. I used to be a bartender out here.
Bartender where?
I used to bartend at Bongos.
At Bongos. Which one?
Both. I used to bartend at the one in Hollywood that used to be at the Hard Rock.
Yeah. Ay, good defense.
And I used to bartend at the one downtown too.
Bro, the rooftop Bongos at the Hard Rock? Bro, I used to live out there.
I used to dance there, man, too, because they had dancing bartenders, and that's the only way that I could get the job. That's the only way that I could get the job, because they were... because they needed it.
Word. And so, when you was living out here, were you still making music at that time?
Yes, I was still making music. I was making music. I shot a music video out here, actually, at the beach.
Word.
But it wasn't the best music video, but it was something. And I was fed up because the producers weren't sending things over on time. So I was talking to one of my mentors.
Okay.
On FaceTime.
Okay.
He was like, "Are you done?" And I was done complaining. And he's like, "You got to do what you can where you're at with whatever you got." So I hit up my dude and I was like, "Yo, let's go shoot a video." So we shot it, and then I was like, "Give me the footage."
Yeah.
Because I wasn't gonna wait for someone to chop it up.
Yeah.
And then I went on YouTube and I googled how to edit it myself.
Yeah.
So it took me 2 days to edit a 3-minute long video.
So where was your mind state from before? When you was bartending down here in South Florida, when you was bartending down here to where you're at right now, where were you emotionally? Where were you spiritually, musically? Did you think that you were going to get to this point?
This is what I wanted my whole life. So I feel like I've been aiming for this a long time. I feel like I've been aiming for this a long time.
Word. And how long is a long time? Like when would you say it was like the point where you're like, all right, Jessie Reyez is gonna be a thing. I'm gonna take this 100,000% serious.
I was living in Florida, man. I was living that moment, that like, oh, this needs to happen moment. Off. Off. Ah! No! Yes! I was living in Florida and I was fed up. Get up, dog.
Hey, ref.
Wow.
Damn. Stop being dirty.
Disrespect.
Damn.
You,
Hey, you deserve that yellow.
Anyways, so I was in Florida and I was cheesed, man, because I felt like I wasn't making any headway. Like what I said, I was complaining. I was like, these producers are taking too long to send things back. Nobody's serious. Nobody's about it. And then I was at home, and you know when shit's off in your life.
I do know,
You know when shit's off in your life and you're trying to figure out what it is. So then you start cleaning the house, you start working out, you start doing everything that you think is like the right thing to do to figure out what's wrong. And I couldn't figure it out. And then I was...
So when was that one moment that you're like, you know what, that's it? Like, this is...
I was at home cleaning the crib. I was in Fort Lauderdale cleaning the crib. Oh, my God. I was in Fort Lauderdale cleaning the crib.
Yeah.
Oh!
All right.
And I put BJ the Chicago Kid on. Ah.
BJ the Chicago Kid,
Yeah. I should have done a lob there. No,
you should have. You should have. You got to pass it.
Anyways, BJ the Chicago Kid has this song called Dream 2. That song changed my life because I put that on and it just, I don't know, man. It was a moment because the song talks about.
What does it talk about? What does it talk about, Jessie? What does it talk about, Jessie?
Talks about Just kidding. It talks about living your life and like not being afraid to dream.
Yeah.
It talks about living your life and not being afraid to dream.
Word.
And not being afraid to go after it.
Okay.
This is crazy.
What?
This is crazy. Yeah, and not being afraid to dream and learning that you can't talk to people that are closed-minded about wanting to progress in your life.
Yeah.
Because people that are closed-minded, they're going to talk you out of like higher ambitions because they think that you need to be aiming lower.
Okay.
And sometimes it's not right. Sometimes people are going to be real with you, but sometimes
100%.
people are just going to shoot you down. And it talks about how you need to maintain your light. Like, it's just, if anyone out there is listening who's a hustler or who's a dreamer who wants to go after something and you feel like you need push or you feel like you need focus, I urge you to look up Dream 2 by BJ the Chicago Kid. That was a catalyst. That was a moment. It was chemical. It was something that was just like, I don't know. I heard it and it found a little seat inside my soul and it hasn't left.
When was that?
Like 5-6 years ago, maybe.
Damn.
I lie? 5-6 years ago.
And look where you at right now.
Yeah, man. And then 5-6 years ago, it was the like, oh, like this is gonna happen now.
And so now that like you're at this position, what is it that Jessie Reyez is doing right now? Like what you got going on this week, this month? Like what's coming up for you, huh?
I'm doing promo. It's crazy. You just woke my ass up so quick because I was dead ass sleeping in the car.
Good.
I got promo. Ooh, and I leave to LA tomorrow night to go do Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah, I gotta stop yelling because my voice is gonna be messed up.
Jimmy Kimmel, isn't Billie Eilish on that too?
Yeah, Billie Eilish.
Have you met her before?
Yeah, that's my girl.
Word.
What?
So what's up with a record between you and Billie Eilish?
I don't know.
So, y'all working on something?
Nah, that's my girl.
Word.
That's my girl, but we haven't. Oh, like we've been in the studio and stuff before, but nothing's planned out. Nothing's planned to be out yet. Wow, no call from the ref. True.
So you got Jimmy Kimmel coming up. You've done live TV before. Like, what's like the difference between you performing on live national TV and you being in front of your fans performing one of like your classes like Figures, and just have everybody singing along? Like, what's the difference in that vibe? What's the mentality, the mind state in that vibe?
You know what, man? I'm sure, as you can tell, my vocabulary is very eclectic with a lot of swear words. And anytime I do TV, I always breaks because I'm like, everyone's like, you're going to get fined if you swear and all this stuff. So I just got to be, wow, you're a I just have to be super conscious. Carajo. I just have to be super conscious of that.
Yeah. Word. So, you got the album coming out.
Yeah.
When would you say that's coming out?
Next quarter, so top of early next year.
Any major collaborations you working with? Who?
Who?
And what's the name?
Eso. Oh, what?
That's a through ball right there. That's a through ball. Oh, look at that.
Reckless. I'm cheap.
Look at that. Look at that.
Wow,
Come on, you got to grab one. You got to get one. You got to get one right here.
Don't taunt me. Don't be nice to me.
I'm not. It's 3-0.
I know. No, nothing I'm gonna talk about yet. No collabs I'm gonna.
Is there anybody in particular that you really do want to work with though?
In the future someday? Yeah, Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi. Why Kid Cudi?
Cause I love Kid Cudi.
Oh! Sorry, I yelled too. I yelled too. Why Kid Cudi though?
Because man, Kid Cudi, and like I talked about this before in interviews too, and Amy Winehouse. I feel like when I was going through my depression, like my teenage depression, which I feel like is common, like a lot of people go through that. When my family was trying to talk me out of it and be like, everything's gonna be fine, it feels like you're in a hole, but your family's outside, and everyone's saying like you're gonna be fine, you're gonna get out. But in your head, you're like, oh, you're not in this hole with me, so you don't understand what it feels like. You don't, and you think you're the first person in the world to ever be heartbroken. You think you're the first person in the world to ever feel this pain. But then when you hear music of someone that's going through that same pain, like certain Kid Cudi loner songs or certain like Amy Winehouse songs, it just feels like boop, there's a friend in the hole with you. You know.
So for those people, no, I said we only get one half right now.
Perfect.
So for those that don't know who Jessie Reyez is, like, how would you introduce yourself? Like what is it that you want people that don't know about you to know about you?
Man, I'm just trying to make music, and I'm really happy that I'm able to, and I appreciate everyone buying my stuff and coming to my shows because they make this life possible.
Word.
I've gotten fired from everything else, so this is it.
You say you got fired from everything else?
Yeah,
From
man.
where? Where'd you get fired from?
From, like, Sobeys, which is Canadian Publix. From, like, Claire's, which is, like, Ardene's, which is, like, Canadian Claire's. And, like, Good Life, like, a gym, a bunch of stuff. But anyways, and that I'm just trying to be me, man, and if you with me, if you like my stuff, thank you, and if you don't, that's cool, bye.
Word up. Well, Jessie, I appreciate you sliding through your other home in South Florida.
Thank you. I know this is legit my second home, man.
Yeah,
I love it here. You don't even know. I land, and the first thing I'm talking about is Pollo Tropical. Because it's fast food, it's quick, and it's Latino, and it's good, and like, plátanos, man, yuca frita, it's lit. And then Rocco's Tacos, and then, like, I don't know, I love it here a lot.
Word. Well, we love you too over here. We got your back. We can't wait to see what's next. Yo, when that album drops, on repeat, Larry, all day, on repeat like crazy when she drops that new album. Yeah. And, we appreciate you, though. And, Jessie, we'll see you soon, all right?
Thank you, man.
Cool. Hell yeah. Give me some.
Bye, y'all. Oh, my God, that was stressful. Damn.